welcome back to episode number 3 of the Funko Deeds. I'm your host, Pop Elvie. I'm joined here with my co-host, Sensei Serum. Sensei, how are
Hello.
you doing today?
I'm doing excellent, Pop LV. It's been a fun time to be a Funko Pop collector. Kind of, things are getting heated up as we're heading towards, December, especially with the winter convention coming up. I'm looking forward to that. But other than that, been doing good. Busy at work, so I haven't been hunting too much, but finally was able to get back out there today. Had a lot of fun. How about you?
Nice. It's been an expensive time for sure, but I had a COVID interaction, so I'm stuck at home for a little bit. I tested negative twice, but
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
yeah, stuck at home, so can't do a
Yeah,
lot.
I just got the booster myself on Monday, and yesterday I was out of commission, man. It worked. I'm glad it
Mhm.
worked, but yeah, dude. No fun.
Yeah, I have a small cough, so you may hear me clear my throat a little bit, but I tested negative twice today, so fingers crossed that nothing. But today's topic, as we talked about previously, is going to be NFTs. So not one specific part about NFTs, but I think just about talking about our thoughts of NFTs as a whole, because we haven't really discussed it too much. So I
No,
guess, oh,
yeah, no, like I don't know. I don't collect NFTs. I'm sure Pop LV doesn't either. So
a little bit.
a little bit. Okay, so you get a little bit of everything here.
Yeah, I guess let's just start with the overall, and we'll kind of dive into it. But what's your thoughts on them? Like, do you like them?
I don't think it's for me necessarily. The way that I envision NFTs is kind of like Pokemon cards or sports cards, NBA cards, what have you, because like it's basically open a pack, and if you get a really good pull, you have a really good pull. But 15 out of 14 times you're gonna get a bad pack, right? And that's just how it goes.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, who likes Pokemon cards at all? Like, not
dude,
not
Pokemon.
not me. I'm
But
not.
Pokemon counts as the gateway into anime, by the way.
Yeah, it
I
is.
didn't realize that until recently, so
It
that's why I like anime nowadays. I love
is.
Pokemon.
I know.
I
I
opened
know.
some packs recently of Pokemon, and I don't know. It's nice to have the physical item, even though it's a bad item, you
Yeah,
still have it.
yeah,
NFTs, when you get a bad item, you have it, but you don't have to like, you know, interact with it per se.
yeah. See, I'm torn because in some ways I don't like them. In some ways I do. I love the ripping aspect of it. And when you get something good, it's like, oh, like it feels so nice. But like, I think the price point is so high for me. I think that's been the
Right.
big turn off. And like a lot of the lines I don't collect. Like, I mean, you and me both mainly collect anime. I feel like there's some other stuff thrown in, but they haven't hit that yet. I'm not counting Avatar because it's it's not. But
That's the closest cartoon to anime. So
cartoon exactly though.
yeah.
But I think it's been the price point for me. I did buy some of the Freddy Funko Halloween ones. I
Mhm.
got 2 packs. I was going to the airport and I grabbed 2, ripped them open. I got a Space Zombie, so I was super hyped about that because that's one of the ones I was
Ooh.
wanting because I do collect Freddy's. But I mean, besides that, like a lot of them, like I mean, Hanna-Barbera, I feel like that's like right before my time because I'm 28, so it's like
Mhm.
right before me. Like Avatar, just I don't collect Avatar. It's cool, like I really like it, but I don't collect it. Like a lot of the lines, like I don't collect much. Scooby Doo, I bought the Witch Doctor Soda card. I didn't open anything. I bought the card and then I have that for my soda collection. But I mean,
Do you know how much it's worth now?
I saw it was like 160 or 170,
And how much did you pay for it?
like $100. I purposely bought it
Yeah,
early because that was when all of the like um
just saturated.
no, that was when all of the, like, Halloween 2, things were just starting to hit, and all of the TMNT ones were starting to like, skyrocket.
Okay,
So in my mind, I was like, "I gotta buy it now or else it's gonna just."
$100. That's not bad for an NFT product.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it was a good deal.
Redeemable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, it was a good deal, and it's going up too, but, like, I mean, again, I have all the Scooby Soda chases, so I was like, "I have to have it."
Right.
But other than that, like, I mean, there was some things I liked from that, but I don't collect Scooby a lot, so
Mhm.
if they
Yeah,
make.
you're a soda fiend. That's for sure.
Mhm, it's a problem, it's a problem. I mean, I have the Mummy one, the Mummy Freddy too, but
Mhm.
I didn't buy the card, I just bought it aftermarket when it hit.
Mm,
But I mean, they haven't released sodas since then.
not really. Even this most recent wave of Freddy,
Hmm.
no sodas. This is all Funko Pops for the NFT line that just came out. They definitely use all the Freddys for the
They did.
Frightmare box that came out recently.
Yeah.
So
One of the discords I'm in, they were joking about they stopped doing the sodas because they couldn't fuck up the box if they did that. And I was like, I was like,
could you imagine if you get like a candy corn NFT? Like, yeah, that probably would have been the best. It
yeah,
makes more sense for the event.
yeah. But I mean, the box. I mean, there's a whole slew of issues with. I do like it, but there is a whole slew of issues with the like production and like I know, um, like people still haven't gotten their what the Transformers ones.
Mm,
Did you hear about
okay.
that?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. So to fill you in with that, the drama with that was people haven't gotten their Transformer redeemables yet, even they're supposed to already be here. And
Hmm.
then Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias,
Oh, I love that man.
yeah, he was took a picture or something, and in like the top corner of his shelf, because he collects Funkos, he
Uh,
had some Transformer NFT pops. They weren't stickered, but he had them, and people were like, "How is that happening?"
you know, Fluffy. He has his own line of Funko Pops. He has it in. He has it in with Funko.
Oh yeah,
I don't blame him. He's not gonna flip them. He's not gonna resell them. So I don't
yeah.
mind that. But when workers or some people are able to get, like, for example, the one Scooby Doo, I
The
think it was,
Grail, yeah, the Grail.
yeah, and then that's on eBay like 3 months before, or like 2 or 3 months
They're
before it's
still
supposed to
not
come
out.
out. Like, yeah, that's when it becomes an issue. But when it's like a super fan like Fluffy, I can,
Yeah,
not the worst thing in the world, right?
yeah. So that apparently the info that I've heard was that was given out to like apparently they give out like product to like the execs as like
Hmm.
test product or trials, and they had gifted it to somebody else, and that person basically sold it. But the part
What
that
if?
was
What if though? I'm sorry to cut you off. But what
you're
if
good.
you know how like you know how there's like a certain number that could get redeemed, like for the, let's say, the Transformer, the Gorilla is 999, right?
Yeah,
Not all of them gets redeemed, right?
yeah.
So what if the extras are just given away?
But see, that's the thing. It was before the
Yeah.
redemption period, though.
Oh, even then.
Yeah, and so people were like, "Wait, how is this?" Because supposedly they say, "Oh, we don't make them until the redemption period's over," which could still be true because it could be like a AP of sorts or like a mock-up or whatever that they give to like the board. But even then, they're
Right.
like, "How are they getting these with stickers and all this other stuff before they're even redeemed?" And then Fluffy has his before the thing's up, but he has no sticker. It's a whole like can of worms. So
How does that happen? Ugh.
the thing is given their supply issues, I know we've previously talked about like Spinner or some of the the Toy Temple and some of those other places. Given
Right.
some of their supply issues, it wouldn't surprise me if stuff does get like a little lost in shipping, or what I mean.
The pirates.
The metallic Charizard slash Wampa pirates.
You
Yeah.
never know.
Hey.
But NFTs though, I don't know. Nothing has really motivated me to get any Funko NFTs. I tried the Scooby Doo one just out of pure whim, just
Hmm.
because my good friends OCD and What the Pop were
The
trying to get it.
the number two NFT collector.
Number two,
Yeah, yeah.
he's moving to 1.5 soon. I'm proud of
Oh,
that
let's
man.
go.
And it's so interesting how fast some of the packs can sell out,
Yeah, I agree.
right? And then there's other ones like Game of Thrones or the second wave of DC NFTs.
Yep.
Yeah, or even the Bob Ross, they don't sell out, and it's funny how, like, if packs don't sell out after like an hour or two, they all get burned,
Yep.
so making the pops even more limited.
Yep.
How do you feel about that?
Getting burned or just the speed at which they sell out?
Yeah.
Yes. So the getting burned, I don't mind. I still don't know why they made the DC2 packs like 100K, like 50K of each.
100K was just,
Especially too when the redeemables are like not like that great. Like they're going for like $20 or something like that. They're not that great.
yeah.
But then the slow sellout, I think it just depends on the set, because obviously certain sets are more popular than others. Like
Uh,
obviously, if they make what's like a really popular line, like a Disney line, or like a Simpsons
Pinocchio.
line, or
Let's just say
s-
Pinocchio or
yeah,
whatever.
if
I
they
don't
make
know.
like a
Yeah,
Simpsons line, it's gonna do really well, as opposed if they make like,
Simpsons would.
yeah, as opposed to if they make like a, your favorite water brand line, it's gonna not sell out at
Oh,
all.
you mean Ice Mountain?
Oh, I'm a Dasani guy. I don't know
You know what? I'm not sponsored. We're not sponsored here.
about that. But I think it depends on a
Mm.
lot of factors. I'm honestly curious how they decide what number of packs to make. Because like I know the Freddy one sold out really quick, and it was like there was only like 18K packs of each or something like that. Maybe it was 25, but
Who
it wasn't
comes
that
up with
high.
these numbers? You know, because they had the 100K packs for the DC Wave 2, and that was the most profitable wave of NFTs. That's what Funko proclaimed. Didn't even
Yeah,
sell out,
they
but
burned like a third of them.
right. And then the next batch of NFT, the Looney Tune ones, I think those were like 35K
Yeah,
packs.
yeah.
Like that's a huge difference. I think that's kind of Funko trying to test the waters. How far could they push it?
Hmm.
And it was a bad combination of it was too much and the desirability wasn't there with the
Well,
second wave of DC
my
pops,
other theory,
NFT pops.
my other theory was, did you see they had that like press? Um, I don't know what to call it, but it was like a press um, info day or whatever they had, and they basically
Uh-huh.
pitched about like, hey, we've had this much success this year, and this much this or this much that. So they mentioned that they've sold out almost every NFT drop, and the thing is, they couldn't say they did sell any every NFT drop because of the Bob Ross, right?
Bob
So
Ross, yeah.
I think for them to push their numbers, they just pumped out a crap load of DC2 packs so they could bump those numbers up. That's my theory. Because there's nothing
Oh.
else that makes sense as to why they would do that. Because they're pretty self-aware. Like if the redeemables weren't, top S tier redeemables, they wouldn't, you know, pump those packs out. But it was like a month or two before that, so I think that they did it for that reason.
Plus DC, there's a lot of diehard DC fans, a lot of
Hmm.
people who read the comic books religiously. It makes sense. The math does add up here.
Yeah. Now the real question is, what do you think they do Marvel? Because I know you like Marvel. You're a big Marvel guy.
Yeah, Marvel. I don't know. It's so interesting. Do they do comic books like DC or do they try to do MCU stuff? They could go either way. I'm not too into the comic books, but it would be
Me neither.
interesting to see comic covers because they did that
Okay.
with DC. So I know that there is like a comic cover of the Avengers with like Hawkman shooting off
Yep.
Ant Man, like he's on the tip
Yeah.
of the arrow. That'd be interesting if that would be an NFT. Probably won't be, but comic covers, I love comic covers. I'm glad they're here to stay.
I like them. They're just huge. Like I don't know where I would display them, so I haven't bought any yet. Once they
We're
make
in
anime
trouble when they're
ones,
manga. Yeah, when they make
yeah,
manga covers, we're in trouble, David.
yeah. So if they made an anime and NFT drop, so I know we talked the other day, and you said you're like, I think full or almost full complete on Demon Slayer. If they
Yes,
made Demon Slayer, would you go for it?
it depends on what they do. If it's the Hashiras, absolutely. If it's the upper moons, lower moons, definitely upper moons for in terms of the 12 Kazuki. I'm not sure if you're too. Yeah, you know Demon Slayer,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah. I've
Yeah,
watched
okay.
all of it.
12 Kazuki. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they would do, or if they do like Murata, I believe is his name. Sure, why not? There's definitely a good amount of characters they could do. NFT wise, would I go for it? Probably. I mean, Demon Slayer was the anime that got me to read manga, so
Yeah,
it has a little place in my heart for that.
but so what I'm picking up though is it would still depend on the characters. You wouldn't just do it to get it.
Ooh, well, like if they're all like Tanjiro's, if they do the muscle mice, I would spend all my money. I need those muscle.
Liquidate everything.
Yes, I need the muscle men
Hmm.
NFT Funko Pops if they ever exist. They haven't made Tengen yet. I would
Hmm.
love to see Tengen, but that's a whole different discussion. Going
Yeah.
back to the main topic, same focus for once. I think if it is Demon Slayer, I would just go ahead. Without regardless of the characters, I would go ahead and invest into it.
What about My Hero or like Hunter x Hunter?
Oh, Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, Hunter x Hunter for sure. My Hero, I guess I have to because I do my My Hero Academia Monday series. Yeah. I don't know. Anime, I feel like the more that we're discussing it, I feel like, well, if it was like Naruto, I wouldn't. If it's like Dragon
Yeah,
Ball Z, I wouldn't. But if it's the anime I have in my actively have in my collection, I think I would, regardless of what the redeemables are. I feel like I would give it a shot.
that's kind of how I feel, and that's kind of what I'm worried. I don't know how they would do Freddy for some of them, but there's some really cool Freddys I think they could do.
What if they did Pokemon?
Dude, I've been saying that for so long. I'm so screwed if they do that. If they
Make
do,
all the make legendaries NFT redeemables.
yeah,
That'd
or
be
like
fun.
if they made what's his
They have to be a
Freddy,
Pikachu though.
if they made like Freddy as Ash, oh no. Oh
Oh,
no. I've been saying that for so long in a few discords. I mean, I'm like, oh, if they make Freddy as Ash, that would be the coolest thing.
even Red.
Yeah,
Because
that's what
that's
I'm
it.
saying. It's
Yeah,
like, yeah.
'cause that's a video. That's video games, right?
Yeah. Nintendo's
Oh
kind
man,
of weird about their licenses, so it might be hard for them to do that. But if they did, that'd be so cool.
what if they did a redeemable Pikachu on a surfboard or flying with the balloons tied around his waist?
Oh, I have like figures for that. Like, yeah, I would totally get that.
Right?
We could
Oh
collect
man,
those.
we gotta stop giving Funkos ideas, man. We
Dude,
gotta.
I
That's
don't.
dangerous.
I mean, I keep suggesting them like to do like the shinies, like shiny chases. I mean, it's not just me. Like every other person keeps suggesting that, but they don't do it. I don't know
Hmm.
why, but that'd be the easiest way to get money. It'd be like, oh, cool, we have a Charizard, shiny black Charizard
Yeah, there's
chase.
no chases for Pokemon. That's kind of weird. You
Yeah,
know.
and
I don't know.
instead they just use everything else on them. They're like, oh, we're gonna diamond flocked metallic.
I can't wait for glitter next.
Right. Well, supposedly for the winter convention, they're doing the like metallic Mew or whatever.
Yes, that is correct. No leaked images yet, so
We'll see.
we'll see.
I did find this is way off topic. I don't care, but I did find that bleach figure yesterday. So
You should have bought it.
I did. I bought it for somebody.
Oh, you did? Okay, good.
I bought
Okay.
it for somebody because somebody in the Discord was wanting it, and they said they have every bleach figure besides the new ones. And I was like, okay, I'll give it to you for retail. So
Th- You know what? You actually inspired me today. So getting off topic even more, I went to my GameStop looking for that Bleach figure Funko Pop.
mhm.
And a woman saw me recording, like a worker. She's like,
Yeah.
"What are you doing?" I was like, I turned. I was like, "Do you have the Bleach Funko Pop by chance?" And then she's like, no, we don't." And then I was like, "Okay, good." I was, yeah, I was afraid she was gonna like, "What are you doing recording?" And then I just totally, yeah. So
I'd have told him I'm doing like a cooking vid or something. Been like, I'm doing a cooking tutorial. They would think,
let's ride,
yeah.
Funko Nation.
Oh
Let's collect.
no! Oh
Right
no!
up. I don't
Oh
know.
no! I guess
What is this podcast? All right.
we're going over. But I guess okay. So would you do Pokemon NFTs then? I
Oh
know
yeah.
you like Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
So what about like fire? I'm just gonna start naming it like Fire Force.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
cool.
They do like Benny Maru. Oh my
One
gosh.
Piece. So
Or Joker. Yeah.
yeah. So like as long as it's like I'd say like a top like a top like 20, not top 20, like top 10
If it's
mainstream
not
anime.
peak, if it's not peak, I don't want it. You know what I'm talking about?
No mid anime NFTs here.
Nope. No, I'm just kidding. Like if it was Dragon Ball Z or Naruto, like very popular animes, but I just haven't gotten into it. So if it's something that I don't watch, like Bleach,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Bleach they could do. That's not a huge line. One Piece isn't a huge line either. Like My Hero is like
That's
125 Funko
it's
Pops.
so
Like
daunting. It's so daunting.
right, and then you got like One Piece who has like close to 1,300 episodes. Have
Oh
like
yeah.
what 10 pops or something like a super small line. You know,
Their pops all look great too. But
Luffy's supposed to be the first manga cover, so
I
I
will
should.
be buying that. I will be buying that. I don't read manga, but the girlfriend reads manga, so I will be buying that because that's something we will. I don't know how I'm gonna display it because like they're huge, but
Just get a new house.
yeah,
Just get a new house.
I told somebody the other day I was like, oh yeah, I want to collect more stuff, but I can't. They're like, oh, just remodel. I'm like, that's not
Get a studio like me. You know.
happening. A studio. Oh, when's the studio tour, huh?
Yeah,
Oh no, this guy.
oh.
But
But NFTs, I haven't bought any yet. I feel like a lot of people will be quick to judge NFTs. Either I love it, this is the future of collecting, or
mhm,
I hate it, this is all digital nonsense. Why would people invest in this? Where do you sit on that?
I
On
I
that
don't. I sit on it, not from like I guess you use the term invest. I don't know if I would use the term invest because it's like a gamble. So I don't like using the term invest, I guess, as much.
uh
But I think if it's something I really, really want, that and I want the whole line, then I'll go for it. But outside of that, like I think the price point's just too high for me. Like you have to spend what is it, $60 to get like two packs, and out of the two packs, it's like a 40% chance to get something. It's
What are
just
the
like
price points, right? Because $10 for 5 cards or 6 cards in a
five.
standard pack,
Yeah,
right? And then 30 for 15, right? If I'm
yeah,
not
yeah. So
mistaken.
you can basically get two packs every time you go through, which is 30 cards.
Who who decided those price points? Those are way too high. Like, look at Pokemon. You get what, 10 cards for $5.
Hmm. Or
Granted, you don't get anything redeemable, but I mean,
But the thing with Pokemon is, so I'm a big Pokemon person, but I'll normally save up for like bigger product or a booster. I don't usually buy one-off packs at the store. I'll normally buy like an ETB or I'll buy like a booster box. But if you buy a booster box online, it's like $90 and you get 36 packs, and you don't have set odds, but you have like kind of set odds, right? Where
right,
it's like
like for rainbow cards or
you're gonna get probably a rainbow card probably, and then a few other things, but it's still random at the end of the day.
Mhm.
But the thing is with NFTs, I'm spending two-thirds of that, so I'm spending $60, and you don't know what you're gonna get. You could get two Grails and something else cool, but you could also get literally nothing.
I like how they are upfront with the percentages. Like, yeah, you have a 0.01% chance of getting a grail, and
Yeah.
those are just the odds you gotta play with, right?
Especially when it's the DC2 one, because there's like 100K packs. So there's like so many cards, and it was like you have like a 0.02% chance of getting the Grail or something ridiculous. And it was like, dude, there's no way.
Ah, man, I don't know. I mean, the closest thing NFTs are to me. Are you familiar with Madden?
Yep.
Are you familiar with like MUT,
Like
Madden
Ultimate
Ultimate
Team?
Team?
Yeah, I used to play
Yeah,
FIFA a lot.
or even FIFA. That's a
Yeah.
great example too. When you open packs, you see the animation, you get a good card, and you can use that card on your team. To me, that's like the same idea.
Yeah.
So I'm not totally against that because I kind of got used to that idea through those means, and like the I growing up, I must have spent like a decent chunk of change on getting MUT packs, and I understand where people are coming from with it. But I guess now I'm more mature nowadays to be like, you know what? I don't think the money's worth it to be spent on that. And I do understand where people come from though if they do want to invest in NFTs for
Yeah.
Funko. I don't think that they're stupid for that, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily do it either. You know?
I feel like everything though has become like microtransactions, because I know you play game like video games too, and so do I. And so everything is like microtransactions or like cosmetics, or it's like, hey, you could buy this to upgrade this or whatever, kind of like Ultimate Team is. So I
Mhm,
kind of feel like these are the same way. It's just like a step further.
mhm.
And so we've kind of not like been conditioned, but like we've kind of gotten used to that. And so now it's a little bit further, and it's like, so I don't mind it, but it's just not my cup of tea. But the one thing that irks me about it is that they don't make limited stuff anymore outside of like the book that they dropped recently or other stuff. But they don't make
The 1K piece.
everything so like readily available besides these. So if you want to get anything that's remotely limited, you have to go this route, which kind of irks me a little bit.
999 pieces. What kind of also irks me is the fact that once you're done with that set, or like once the redeemables can't be redeemed anymore, it's a dead set.
Yeah.
It's worth nothing.
Yeah.
What's the point? I wish there was like a master legacy set where like if you have these cards from this past set, you could combine them to get something else out of a pool or something. I wish there was an incentive to collect the older waves of NFTs. Like, what's the point to cut the older ones? You know?
They do kind of do that. So I don't fully know about this, like just
Okay.
full disclosure, but I know that they'll do like surprise drops every once in a while, where if you have
Right.
a certain cards or specific cards in your set, then they'll give you like a certain card. Granted, the cards they give you are just like it's just a cosmetic, really. It's like, oh cool, you have this
Yeah.
random card now that like
Yeah.
two
Nothing.
two thousand
Nothing
people have.
redeemable, right?
Yeah, but there's nothing redeemable out of it. So a bunch of people I know thought for a while that if they had one of every series coin, that they might do something special with that. So they were like trying to get, a set or two of all the series coins. But then it's they're already into like, the next era of NFTs because it's year two. So they're kind of like, I guess that might not be the case.
That's so stupid. Funko could have had a really good thing there.
It would be
Because, like, if
cool.
you collected an X amount of tokens, then you get I don't know. They could have done so much with that, like
Like,
like a exclusive Freddy of some sort, you know?
yeah, like they could have done like, hey, if you have one of not tell anybody, if you have like one or two of maybe like one of every single token, you get like a digital Freddy, and it's like a a Freddy with a computer. It's just something random, right? They could have
Yeah,
easily done that, and then and
social
then
media Freddy.
and then reward people though for like doing that. I think they should have done something like that. That's kind of what people that I talked to thought they were gonna do, but they didn't. So
I mean, granted, this is so new for Funko.
oh
They
yeah,
make money without even making the product most of the time with NFTs, so
have you
hats off to them.
have you seen their profit margins on them? It's ridiculous.
How does it look?
So okay, just if you think about it, if one standard pack is what $30,
Uh-huh.
if they sell 10K
Oh, no,
standard,
I think the standards are 10
oh
and then
sorry,
the
one
yeah,
premium. So if you think 10K premiums then is $30, right?
right.
Or $30 a premium. Think about how much money they're making on just 10K premiums.
Yeah,
It's
just
like,
at a 0, yeah.
yep, exactly. Plus a three, so it's like 30K. So think about they do
Uh,
20,
you know,
25,
yeah.
25K, and then plus all the standards. So like even one drop, they're making like tons of money, and then they ship them terribly, which is a whole nother.
Oh, yeah, they'll ship the Huckleberry in a very nice protector, all cushioned. But if you want an NFT pop that you spent probably close to what, 100, $200, good luck.
And then the worst part is too, which I didn't even know about this till recently. Apparently, if you're international, they charge you extra for shipping too.
Yet again, Funko being Funko, man.
Yeah,
Mm.
but then they don't send them in like any other like protection or okay, random question is off topic, but do you think they should have an option where you can like pay a dollar or two and then get a protector on the pop?
They do something like that for the Funko Shop. It's called a gift box. For $3 extra, you can get it in a gift
Oh, I
box,
saw
which
that
is
recently.
basically yeah, that's the closest thing we're gonna get to that. Should they offer that for like NFTs? I think absolutely.
I think they should
I
just
don't.
give it to you. They're making so much money off those.
How much do you think it costs to make a Funko Pop?
I mean, less than $15.
Right,
I mean, it
and then
has to. Honestly, the expensive part of it, I think, is shipping it.
shipping.
I don't even think that it costs that much to make it. I think it's I think all of the money is going to the licensing, and it's going to the shipping.
Mm. It's so it's so interesting. Like,
Because Target
that
sells theirs for 11.88, so you have to imagine that some of them, granted, not Target, Walmart. So you have to imagine that some of theirs are like like some of those are pretty cheap then, so they can't cost them too much to make.
mm, right, and then they don't even sell out of all of them when it turns in terms of the NFTs. Like, for example, like the royalty Freddy is like what usually out of like 2,200.
Yeah, or some
If
3K or something.
18,000 are only redeemed, then other ones don't even exist technically, right?
Yeah,
So
supposedly.
they see even more money that way because they don't have to fulfill the piece count that they offered.
Yeah, because supposedly they don't make them till then, which is a whole nother can of worms.
Yeah, well,
The thing is, if you would think, at least me, you would think in my mind that if they don't make them till after they're all redeemed, right? They would
mhm,
sticker them with the amount redeemed, not the total
on
amount,
the sticker.
right? You would
Yeah.
one. I feel like one would think that, and because
Yeah, I agree with you completely. Like if it's let's say only 900 were made and then you the 999, it's kind of misleading.
yeah, and if they're making them after they've already been redeemed, you could easily just like edit the sticker before you put it on, and then just label it as like 900 or whatever.
I don't know. The small things, it's just the smallest things
Hmm.
too with Funko. They don't have a royalty set for the tokens. They don't ship well for the NFTs. They don't change the numbers to actively reflect how many were made. They made too many in a pack, or they made too many like 10,000 packs. There's too
Yeah,
many of that, and then all of a sudden there's 17,000 with the Freddies. It's I feel like it's a balancing act that Funko hasn't really gotten a good footing on just yet, you know?
Yeah. Granted, like this whole thing is like new. Like I don't even really feel like this was a thing because I know Hot Wheels does it now and some other thing people do it now, some other companies. So I don't even think it was a thing like 2 years ago. So it is like fairly new. So I understand there's a lot of like kinks and like things to flush out to really like streamline it.
Mhm.
But there is definitely a lot of areas they could improve on things, I think. I don't think they're going to swap the price of the packs because they sell as is and they just make a ton of money. But
Right.
in other areas, there's definitely a lot of kinks they can work out.
So, what has been the best line for NFTs in the history of Funko NFTs, in your opinion?
Uh, the OG TMNT,
Okay.
the OG Halloween one,
Okay.
or the Scooby Doo one, I think.
Okay.
I think you
Those
could
are
put those in any order and no one would argue it that much.
right. Those are good ones.
The
Yeah.
worst one is definitely My Little Pony.
My no, I think the second wave of DC. I feel like
Oh,
that
you're right.
one.
You're right. I
Yeah.
blocked
I
that one
There's
out.
some bronies out there. If you're a brony, I'm sorry for what David said. He did not mean it. He
Uh,
wasn't thinking straight.
yeah,
We love our bronies here on the
it's
Funko DC.
yeah. It was DC 2, and then that. I mean, I will say they've picked a lot of really good lines. Like I don't know if I agree with like the Big Boy one, but that's like a Funko staple. But like the
Yeah.
Retro Comics was cool. The Nickelodeon one was cool.
Like the Metallica one or whatever.
Those
Or
pops,
the Rock.
those pops are cool. Have you seen the Freddy, dude? If you flip it
Mm-mm.
around, his jacket has like details on it. You can't even see if it's in the box. It's like my friend had one and he showed me. It was so cool. I was like, that's actually like
That's what I do like about Funko though. Like they actually will invest in high quality product in terms of like details on a Funko Pop.
yeah, like
Even though it's not meant to be taken out of box,
mm-hmm,
they
supposedly.
still will put in the effort. So
Well,
if you are an out of box collector, you can still appreciate it to its full potential.
like my favorite example is the Steve from NYCC with a little blue paw print on the book.
Does it have it
Yeah,
has it?
yeah.
Oh, it doesn't have the chair, but it has okay.
In his little notebook he has, apparently there's a blue paw print like on the notebook.
Oh,
Eh,
that's cool. I had no idea. That
yeah,
one didn't sell out, so
I think it's still up right now, honestly.
yeah. So I'm surprised. I'm glad somebody I love when Funko does little details. Like if on the OG The Office Pops, they would have a quote from the Office character, like Michael Scott, like that's what she said, like on the back of the tab. Or with Demon Slayer
Yep,
on the bottom tab, they'll have like the manga figure.
yep,
Like yeah, I love when they do little details. And then blues, like you said, with the blues paw on the tab too. Funko.
yep.
They,
It's
I
so
don't
good.
know, man.
But I mean,
I love
they have so much potential with some of these lines, but we'll see. Like
yeah.
they definitely have some big lines that they're gonna do. Like I said, they're gonna do anime. I seriously think they're gonna do Demon Slayer or My Hero first, just because I think they'll maybe honestly My Hero because they obviously have a good relationship with the licensor for that because they pump those out. So I could totally see them doing that first. My Hero, there's My Hero everything. There's like My Hero like
I
everything.
I wouldn't be surprised if it would be like My Hero, Naruto, or Dragon Ball Z
Yep.
for anime, just to get their feet wet. And those are great animes to test the waters
Yeah, really popular. They can
for
license
NFT.
them really easily because they already have good relationships with them because they pump them out. So there's a
Right.
ton, especially with My Hero. Like there's a ton of characters that they could do. Like we have a bajillion characters. There's still so many we could do. I keep
Yeah.
harassing. I love the Wash character.
Oh yeah,
Wash
yeah,
it. I Wash like it's best character. I want them to make
yeah.
a Wash Funko so bad. So if they made an NFT Wash, I'd be like yes. But there's so many cool characters they could do.
That a little off topic, but with My Hero, I love how each character has something you really love about it, and there's so much love dedicated to the character to the point where if they make a Funko Pop for it, you don't bat an eye, you still get it, you
Yeah,
know?
there's Class 1B, and like they're not even that like
You watch
highlighted
it.
that much.
Watch your mouth.
But I'm like, no. I have like all of them. We have like all of them. They're so cool.
I'm just kidding.
But they're so cool, and it's like I will say I was a little salty that they make Class 1B so big, and they have so many people to hit from Class 1A. But they're probably gonna make more
Ojiro,
things.
Mineta.
And
Yeah, I want a Mineta. Not a lot of people do, but
I
I'm
do.
on the I'm one of the few that would like one.
Yeah, exactly. So
So, anime NFTs, we would both full steam ahead. Just dive into that.
yeah,
I agree with you.
as a whole, I'd say I'm
Oh
50
yeah,
50.
yeah, yeah. 50-50. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's the whole point of like we didn't talk about this, but flipping, right? Buying
Oh yeah.
NFTs just to resell. Based on the price points that you touched on earlier, I feel like flipping is not that feasible
It
for
depends
NFT
on the
Funko.
set. So apparently, the Halloween set, the packs were like a day later were selling for double. They were selling for like 65 or 66 for a premium.
Oh, not even opening the packs. I didn't even think of that.
No, so but that's what people will do now. Now the whole thing is people are buying packs and then just will sell them aftermarket.
Hmm.
Apparently, some people do that because if you buy wax, there's a bunch of fees. So they buy packs so that people can buy them with wax. So it basically gets around the fees, kind of, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah,
But
yeah.
people do buy packs and then sell them, or they do whatnot openings. They do other stuff with them to make money. Whatnot openings apparently are a big thing. Where they'll sell slots or whatever, and then people bid on a slot, and they make a bunch of money that way. So there is a big flipping side to it,
Man,
but
waffles, right? Or raffles, however you want to call it. I'm not a fan of those. Necessarily. I like mystery boxes way better than raffles and or
really,
waffles. So I like that better. Sorry, I don't care for waffles or raffles, and to mix NFTs with that, I don't know if I like that at all. That seems like a bad cocktail.
so for that, it's more so interesting because it's like you'll be like, hey, there's we're opening a standard pack. There's 5 slots. You bid on slot two, let's say, and you get slot two, and then you get the second item out of the pack. Um, so it is interesting. It's again, it's not my cup of tea. If I like something, I just save up and buy it typically. But
Hey, this pack I bought for $10. You could get a slot
for
to have a chance to win it for $9.
literally, literally what they do.
A hundred openings, one winner.
It's literally,
Like
literally what
what
they do.
the?
It,
I don't know. When I was first getting into Instagram back in 2019 for Funko,
mhm.
all of it was raffles and waffles and just put a bad taste in my mouth, and I never participated in one. Mystery boxes? I like a good mystery box.
See, I'm not a big mystery box guy. Waffles, I don't
Yeah, you
mind.
hate me.
The thing with waffles, I don't like. And this is we're so off topic. But I do not care. Is that I just don't like when people are like, all right, cool, like $5 buying 20 slots, and then the best thing they have is like a $30 pop, and you're like,
Oh yeah, we talked about this
or
before. We
or
talked.
it'll be something where it's like, that you said we talked about earlier, that Nami you have that you bought for 35, they'll go find one
Yeah,
at like Five Below, but then they'll be like,
yeah.
oh, the PPG of this Nami is like $35, and then
I
they'll go waffle it off for that, and then they'll literally make like $90. It's like, how
I
am I
I
the
hate
only
when
one?
people are too reliant on PPG. PPG is great. I always look at eBay sell
Same.
total.
But that's because I'm a Pokemon collector for a long time, so that's how you do it.
Right. eBay 100%. Like, yeah, this you could be selling it for 100, but people are buying it for 20. You know, I don't
Yeah,
know. PPG, it's reliable to some extent.
I say it's a
Nami,
baseline. It's
Usopp's, yeah, those ones are restocking like you're talking about. So if you actively know, oh yeah, those are at those stores, you just have to be conscious and self-aware. Like, yeah, that's not worth PPG.
yeah, or like I said, I found that bleach pop the other day, and it was like,
That's like $100 pop, man.
yeah. I mean, I'm not.
I'm
I
I'm
don't
so
give it,
happy you found it.
but I gave it to him. I gave it to him for even less than retail because I had a $5 credit, and I literally wasn't going to use it, so I used it on that and gave it to him. So I mean, like,
You're so nice, David.
karma will come back. It's fine.
David, you're a saint.
But okay, but speaking of PPG with that though, what
Okay.
people will do with NFTs is PPG for the NFTs goes off of eBay, not even on the market. So Atomic Hub, where you can buy and sell NFTs, has its own marketplace, but Pop Price Guide doesn't go off that. It goes off eBay sales. So people will buy stuff on Atomic Hub and then sell it on eBay because people don't know how to use Atomic Hub, or they don't know how to get crypto or all this other stuff, right?
That seems kinda you could do, like, a lot of backdoor
Yeah,
scheming, if you will.
but so what people will do is, so let's say like my Witch Doctor soda, I bought it for like $100, but on eBay at the time the card was selling for like 150. So even the pop price guide of the card was 150, but in reality, if you knew how to get crypto or knew someone that could get it for you at all, or you bought it like for
What
somebody, you could buy it for like $100. So again, it's like
would
a way to skew it.
yeah.
It's weird.
I don't know if I like the idea of buying an NFT off like Whatnot or eBay. I would just rather Atomic Hub it, right? Because that's like direct marketplace, right?
Yeah, and they changed it so now you can use your card to buy stuff off there, which is good.
Really?
Yeah, apparently it takes
Oh, you
no
don't need
fee.
wax for that?
You can buy a card directly off there with your credit card. Apparently,
Ooh,
I
that
haven't
that
tried it
changes
because
that changes the game a little bit.
yeah. So it's interesting. So you could, so if realistically you could go do that now, but I think the reason why they started doing that is because a lot of people weren't getting into it because the whole crypto thing is a whole nother can of worms. That's like,
David, I thought of My Hero again, right?
mhm.
Because obviously I'm just a big My Hero
Yeah,
fan.
we're
And
weebs. It's okay. You can say
would
it.
they do the Freddy redeemable as Deku or All Might? I think All Might.
I think All Might, and if they did All Might, I would freak out. That's my
I
favorite
love this
voice
pose.
actor.
That's my favorite
Really?
pose. The one where he's like,
Yeah, yeah. His like
yeah, I
hero
love that
stance.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I I think I mentioned it yesterday on Rated F, but
Uh-huh.
I'm not a big like signature person, but the one signature I want is Christopher, whatever his name is. But the one
Yeah,
because all of my
Sabbath, I believe.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, all of my favorite characters and shows like Yami, Zoro, all voiced by him, and I'm like, "Oh, if he ever comes anywhere near me, I'm literally gonna end up dropping so much money on getting like all three pops signed by him. Like,
Legendary voice actor, legendary characters. I know you're a huge fan of Yami.
love Yami.
Black Clover, supposed to be having the second wave in February. We'll talk about that in due time.
Hmm.
A little teaser for the
I have
future, if you
all of
will.
them so far.
So happy for you because I feel like I honestly feel like Black Clover, like Funko Pops, is a line to invest in. I feel
They're
like that has
so
serious
good.
potential.
They're so
Yeah.
good.
Black Clover NFTs, in a yay or nay?
Do I want them? Yeah, because I want them now because a lot of people don't watch it yet. It's like mainstream, but not like it hasn't hit like super mainstream.
That's so funny because like the on TikTok I see nothing but manga,
Really?
Black Clover stuff. Yeah.
Maybe I don't use TikTok as much as you, but I
Yeah.
think to me a lot of people I know haven't seen it like yourself, and I would want them to make them now as opposed to in
Uh-huh.
like a year when it's way more popular.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm like, oh no, then I'm competing with other weebs.
Right. I feel the same way about One Punch Man.
Haven't seen it yet.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. Season 3 is gonna be made sometime next year, if I'm not mistaken. So
Okay.
once that comes out and everybody's gonna get hyped for that, all the original pops are gonna be super expensive, super hard to get, and
Hmm.
I feel like Black Clover is on that way.
Yep.
Well, that way as well.
Yep.
I don't know.
It's good shit.
Now, NFT lines we would like to see, or NFT lines we think would do well.
Hmm.
I think Star Wars right off the bat. I feel like if they ever did Star Wars NFTs, those would be so hot really fast.
Yep. My hypothesis is I think we get one more big, like large licensing line by before end of year, like early December sometime, so that they can bump up their end of year numbers.
Hmm.
And then I think that they save a lot of the other large licenses for next year so that they can have a peak year next year. I'm a business nerd, so I think they're thinking from it from more from like some of those licenses are harder to get stuff for, but I think they'll do Marvel or Star Wars or an anime or something before end of year, and then save a lot of them for next year so they can top this last year. That's my theory.
I'm thinking DC Wave 3. What are you thinking?
What are they gonna make? They're gonna make like four variants of garbage cans or something. Like I don't know.
Now, did they make an NFT diecast pop?
No, dude, there's still diecast pops on.
They need to get rid of it somehow, dude.
They still have die. Do you see they put the diecast pops like 15% off, and they're still sitting.
I think it's the price point. We could talk about diecast another live stream or another episode podcast in the future
Yeah,
too,
because
teasing
part
for
of
that.
part of Funko is that it's like a inexpensive major quotes inexpensive thing, but like when you
You get free shipping though.
yeah, but when you're talking about like a die cast and you get $50 for one figure with a chance at chase, you're talking like a $40 3 liter for $40. Like all like I like
And the
unless it
chases are
yeah, unless it's like
not that
something
good.
like okay. here's my thing: Luffy with Going Merry, which we can talk about this later on. In my opinion, is top 10 pop of the year. We'll do that in a later episode for sure.
Oh, that'd
But
be fun. Yeah.
yeah, we'll rate pops and sodas. But in my opinion, one of the best pops of the year so far. Granted,
Right.
there's 2 months left, but one of the best pops of the year.
Until we see the second Luffy with
Yeah, but
Ride. If
but
yeah.
the retail for that's $35. You're talking a 3 liter soda is $40. You're talking a die cast pop is $50. It's more. It's like 50% more expensive than that, and that figure is so good.
Mm. A lot of details too with Luffy with going Mary.
Yeah,
I couldn't agree more. I guess the material for diecast maybe is just way more expensive to make. Now, if they make an All Might,
die cast. Yeah, I'll get
my
it.
money's gone.
But it's not
I would
because.
want the chase for
But
that.
it's not because it's a die cast. I'm getting it because it's one of my favorite characters. It has nothing to do
Right.
with being a die cast at all. I'm not like, oh yes, die cast All Might. I'm like, oh god damn it, it's die cast
Diecast
All Might.
Deku?
I would still get
Mm,
it. But again,
it depends on which one, but
I,
All
I'm
Might would be a
I'm not
must.
excited because it's a die cast. I'm excited because it's a Deku. That's the thing.
Right. Right.
I could
I
make
don't
the
know.
yeah. So
Anything anime, we're sucker yo, if you can't tell already.
yeah. But again, like there's just there's other things I'd rather spend my money on if it's a die cast. Like I have one die cast. It's the Boba Fett. Boba Fett's like top 3 Star Wars characters for me. So like
Uh-huh.
I got it, but like I didn't
Some
even.
people would say he's the Joker of the Star Wars universe. How do you feel about
I'd
that?
say he is.
I don't know what that means, but I love it.
No, cause it means they don't know what to make, so they just make a Boba Fett.
Okay,
Think
that
about
makes
how many
sense. Yeah.
Joker variants there are.
A lot.
Like Tanjiro's kind of turning in that where they're like, oh, we'll just. I mean, I can see like 5 or 6 Tanjiro pops behind you right now.
Oh yeah, and there's gonna be more. I
Yeah.
can't wait for him eating ramen noodles. That's
Oh
gonna be.
boy.
Speaking of that, like the Spike eating ramen noodles sold out on Target, and I'm so mad about that. I had the vent,
Yeah.
otherwise it
You're
builds
right.
in me. So
You're right.
I
Okay.
appreciate you guys listening
But
to me on that one.
I guess we'll close it out a little bit after this long tangent.
Right. Thank you, everybody who's still listening. By
Yeah.
the way, hopefully you're enjoying it as much as we are
Yeah.
recording. It's always fun
Well,
to talk about our favorite subject,
yeah.
Funko.
Anime.
Anime. Screw Funko.
But closing NFT thoughts.
I think it's here to stay for now. I think it's short term though. I'm not sure exactly. I feel like the price point is gonna bite them in the tail eventually in the future. And I don't know. NFTs as a whole seems to be on the way down. The only redeeming quality about Funko NFTs are the redeemables. If they didn't have any redeemables, this would be a dead
Yep.
topic. We wouldn't even be talking about it today.
Yep.
I do like the idea of it. I just wish it was more friendly to the pockets of the collectors, if you will.
Yep.
And nothing has impressed me in terms of the lines. I know you said 3 lines that you're impressed by. To me, mid.
I guess.
If they did Star Wars, if they did anime, if they did more ad icons that are actual ad icons, unlike the other ones, I feel like they have such potential. But the lines that they have been utilizing, I feel like they're still testing the waters for some reason.
Mhm. I think my thoughts are some pros, some cool potential there, but they just have a lot of kinks to work out with it. I think they're definitely here to stay at least for the short term, the next like year or so. We'll see how they evolve it more, but I think they gotta swap something, maybe make it less frequent or something like that, in order to really keep it around.
I just thought about I just this thought popped in my head content wise, right? I feel like NFT openings are great for content. I
Yep.
feel like people will eat that up.
Yep.
So, as a content creator, I should be utilizing it, but I don't necessarily buy things just because I can.
Yeah.
I like to buy things that are more suitable for me,
Yep.
like
I agree.
anime, pops, and stuff. So, if there are people out there who collect the NFTs just for content, I would be quite curious to know your opinion about like how you actually feel about them, other than like the views.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah.
But be sure to let us know your thoughts on NFTs or anime or P- Funko not having Pokemon shiny
Literally
chests, literally
anything.
anything. In the
Give
comments
us
below.
suggestions
Yeah,
too, what you would like to for us to talk about. Our
yeah,
top 10 Funko Pops,
yeah,
or winter convention coming up,
yeah.
or how to,
Whatever.
make a podcast. You know, we
Yeah,
would love to
exactly.
hear.
Yeah, we can ramble about anything. Just trust us, and we'll go back to anime, but it's okay.
Yeah,
But um,
literally. Yeah.
for now, though, that is all the time we have today. Be sure to give us a like and a comment down below, and a subscription if we haven't earned it already. If you like anime, then this is definitely the place to be.
Hmm.
But for now, I'm your host, David, signing out.
Bye, everyone.